In this video, we're going to tell you why you should watch Jojo Rabbit now.
Except you haven't seen Jojo Rabbit.
Nope. I was going to watch it, but it wasn't playing at the time, so I had to watch another movie, Spies in Disguise. But anyways, can you summarize it in 3 words?
I've seen it. I'm going to summarize it in 3 words. Bonkers, Nazi, satire. The other 3 words I'm going to say are not Thor Ragnarok. The guy that directed this movie, Jojo Rabbit, also directed Thor Ragnarok. Okay? And he also directed a movie called What We Do in the Shadows,
And he's literally in it.
He's literally in it. In fact, there he is. He directed and starred in one of the actors in What We Do in the Shadows. And he also, I think I've got it here, he also did the TV show, which is on the BBC iPlayer.
Wait, there's
and
a movie
watched
and a TV
Yes,
series?
yes. This is of What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show, and Matt Berry's in it from IT Crowd. And that's a really good TV show. In fact, it's the season 2 is coming out soon. Yes. Jojo Rabbit, you probably know anything about it. You probably think Nazis, Hitler, World War, not really my cup of tea. Actually, very, very funny, really funny satire, and the guy who does it is a bit warped sense of humour, but it's very good and it plays really well.
So, Dad, what's it all about then?
Well, it's about this kid who signs up for Hitler Youth because he wants to be, basically he wants to be Hitler's personal bodyguard.
I thought he just wanted to be a Nazi, so he wants to be his bodyguard.
Not just a Nazi, he wants to be his bodyguard. And this is, by the way, this movie's set towards the end of World War II, and he has an imaginary friend, and his imaginary friend is Hitler. He finds out his mother, played by Scarlett Johansson, played very, very well. Scarlett does really good in this role, I think. The boy finds out that she's hiding a Jewish girl.
And Hitler doesn't like Jews.
And Hitler's not like Jews. He's faced with a bit of a quandary. Does he report her? And if he reports her, he's going to get his mother in trouble too. Or does he do something else? And this movie is about what he does next. This is a satire turned up to 11, a Spinal Tap 11. So for those who don't know what satire means, and Mark's one of them, there's the 2 of them together, right? Let's remind each other. It is the use of humour, irony, exaggeration, or move your head sideways there, Mark, or ridicule to expose and criticise people's stupidity or vices, particularly in the context of contemporary politics and other topical issues. In other words, Waititi is taking the piss out of Hitler and Nazis to criticise them. Now, some people will find some of the humour a little bit uncomfortable because they do say a lot of nasty things about Jews, but they're so exaggerated to an
extent where it just doesn't really,
to the extent that it's just
doesn't actually
bonkers,
hurt.
right? Yes, and Waititi, by the way, is I think he's part Jewish himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's using this as a way to.
I suppose that's all right. Anyways,
he does it. I think he does it really well, actually. But there's a few pieces you think, oh, that's a bit close to the knuckle, but it's meant to be, right?
So, who's in it?
Okay, well, let's start with all of these guys. We'll do them one by one. So let's start with Hitler himself, who's the director. And there he is as Korg in Thor Ragnarok.
Wait, that's Hitler.
That's the same guy that does Hitler. So in Thor, that guy
is the director. Hitler.
Yeah, yes.
Seriously?
Yes, the director of
I didn't even realise.
Jojo Rabbit is also the guy who plays this, who directed this movie, Thor Ragnarok.
I'm about to rock.
Yeah, that's him. Because he's a Kiwi. He's a Kiwi. He's from New Zealand. And that's in there.
That's what a Kiwi is. I realized.
So, no, just to be clear, Takiti, I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing his name wrong. He's not playing Hitler. He's playing the boy's imaginary friend who's Hitler.
He's not actually real Hitler.
Yeah, he's not real Hitler. Scarlett Johansson's in it, of course, and that's her there. And the boy's just behind me. Now, this bit, I'm not going to tell you what's happening here, but this is one of the more somber parts. So this does not shy away from the horror of wars, and that's what's really good about it. It's a good, I think, to reflect on the war and the absolute horror of it. And this is one such scene. I'm not going to give away what she's looking at. And that's Sam Rockwell. So I forgot his name there. And you can just make out Alfie. What do you call Alfie Allen?
The guy from Game of Thrones. John Wick.
But Sam Rockwell, you can just see to my left there. He is doing a bit of gay pride there at the end of the war. Yeah, he's dressed he's got makeup on and all the rest of it.
Right.
And I think that this is quite. I'm not sure this happened, but I imagine when you're fighting to your death, you're going to just let it all hang out, and that's kind of happens. A bit of mad humor, but I wonder. You sort of think maybe people did do crazy things and didn't care anymore, and I think that was maybe what was going on. Stephen Merchant's in it.
Yes, I know him. I can't remember where he's from.
He's in The Office, the original UK British Office.
He's in the original Office.
He's in Fighting with Her Family, which you should know because you watched it recently.
Yes, Fighting with Her Family.
And he's also in Logan. with Wolverine. He's the
Really?
guy that can find mutants. And many other movies. But anyway,
He's in another film.
his role in this is as
That I watched the other
the
day.
Gestapo. And he is
He looks really
frightening.
evil.
He is. Now, he plays it slightly off kilter, so it's not. This is a funny movie, right? Don't get me wrong.
Seems like you would
But
talk
some
like
of the
this.
stuff there, this particular character reminds you this is Nazi Germany, and these guys existed, and they were there to find anyone that shouldn't be.
Oh, so they're looking for the Jewish girl, basically. Well, they're not looking
yes,
for her.
and
They're looking for a Jew.
they're looking for any Jews, they're looking for
Any
any defectors, they're looking for anyone who's not supporting Nazi Germany, and of course Rebel Wilson's in it.
Her face.
And you know,
too heavy.
I thought she was okay in it. She's got some funny humor, but I don't, I'm not a big fan of Rebel Wilson. Alfie Allen's in it. Now, his role's very small and minor, so it's not a big thing. That is
the Jewish girl.
Roman Griffin Davis
And
on
Jojo.
the right, the boy, and he's English, Welsh, lives in France. And then the girl is, what's her name? It's Thomasin Mackenzie. Now I haven't seen her before, but she's in The King, which is a brand new movie on Netflix. And she was also in The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. And I'm a big Hobbit fan.
Oh no,
but
I
don't
didn't like
remember
that
her.
film.
I recognise her face though. For me, she is amazing.
So, should you watch it?
So, I'll have to be honest with you. I didn't really want to watch it, but I didn't think it was going to be that interesting or good. But I have to say, I thought it was great.
What would you rate out of 10?
I give it an 8 out of 10 because I think sometimes you've got to have movies to remind you of the past and look at it because you sort of, there's so much about the war and you never want the wars to happen again. And this does do a different take on it. I know that Taika, and apologies for getting his name wrong again, he did research Nazi Germany at the time and found out that there was a big fashion thing, so everyone's dressed up to the nines and so on. That was all done through research. He does it really, really well. Puts the humour in, the imaginary friend, but he doesn't hold back when there's the horror of it, and he does kind of highlight the absurdity of the Nazi view of world domination. So it was really, really good, and it was really entertaining actually. Right, so Bob the Movie Man, he's reviewed this and he gave it a good rating too. But he did say, and Bob, if you're watching this, he did say that one of the jokes that fell flat was the one about the German shepherds. Now I disagree, Bob, because the German. So what's a German shepherd? What's a German shepherd?
German shepherd's a dog.
A dog. So there's a scene in it where they bring literally German shepherds, as in men who are shepherds and German.
Well, that's funny.
And they want to recruit them into the war effort. But Bob, that isn't the joke. That's it's a bit whatever. But at the very end, when the Allied forces are invading, the German shepherds make another appearance. And for me, that was quite poignant because what it's saying to me, and I think was the point of the movie, was the Germans just had to throw everyone at it because all was lost. But they still believed, because there wasn't a lot of communication coming into Germany, they still believed and they still got everyone to fight to the bitter end. Even when they had no chance of winning, they got the shepherds involved. So it was funny, but it was also very poignant.
So, Dad, would you watch it again?
Probably not. Some films are good, but you need to you watch them once is enough.
Okay.
And I think this is one of those. I mean, I might watch it again. I mean, there's some sad bits in it that are really very sad. And because it is funny, but it's also sad. It's a tragic comedy type thing, but based in real life. Based in real life, based on a real war, and everything went on to it. And it's quite it's quite emotional, right? I have to say. And but I've seen it. I would recommend you watch it. Would I watch it again? Maybe not. If I was on a plane, one of my long trips away somewhere, I'd probably watch it again. Actually,
Yeah.
no, I would watch it. I'm contradicting myself. I would watch it again actually, but on one of those. I wouldn't sit down with the family on a Saturday night and watch it.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. It doesn't look like a family film.
Should you watch Jojo Rabbit now? Yes, you should watch Jojo Rabbit now.